Hi folks, Poppa-Kiwi Opa here. Just wanted to share with you something as regards to sealing my Vsett 9 Plus up to stop water getting into it. And it was actually brought to notice by one of my people that read or saw my video on the channel, and they made a note that they had actually found that water was getting in around the front. I'll put some couple of photos on the site just so you can see a bit closer what I actually found, and I'd cleaned it out and I've now sealed it up with some sealer there, and that panel that runs up the side there also took that right off. It's with all the cables and that go down the stem, and I sealed all that up too, especially at the top. I don't know whether you can actually see it on the GoPro. Right at the top there is where that little panel comes in contact with the main cast iron stem. There's quite a hole up there. Yeah, so I sealed that all up with black sealer, and then I thought I'll have a look at this side. I've always wondered what it would be like and behind this side panel here. So I'll just set the camera down here. So I took this panel off. To actually get the panel off, it's pretty straightforward. Two little Allen screws just in here, one here and one here, and they come out with the tool that's provided with the Vsett 9 Plus. It works really well. Just use that. So taking the screws out, and then this here, actually you take it from the front and it actually slides out from the back here. So I just prise them with a little screwdriver and pull it forward, and that whole thing comes off like so. Okay, so that's your lights, indicator lights down in there. So, but what I found, I'm hoping that you can actually see it here. It's only been partly sealed, and that there is a hole that goes right inside to the where the main battery and controller and everything is actually held inside. So the ingression of water coming down through, been blown in from the front and ingressed up in here, is a strong likelihood. I've only been out a couple of times in light showers of rain, and probably been fortunate that I haven't anything come up and through to here. So I'm going to seal all that up, and then I'm going to check the other side. I'm just going to squeeze some of the, it's a marine sealant clear silicone, RTV. I've used it on various things over the years and found it to be very, very good. So just squeeze that in there. Put plenty in, so when I push the cover back on and the cable moves around, that hole's still going to be well and truly covered. There we go. Should do it. And what I'll do is I'll just clean this up a wee bit, and then I'll put a sealer, a bit more seal around here, around the top, around down here, and this gap that actually shows you when the cover's back on, I'll fill that up as well. So it should pretty well seal it all, everything off then. Okay, so I've got it all back together now, and the screws and everything back in place, and make sure I put plenty of the black sealer in that in around here and up around this point up here. So I'll be doing the other side. I'll follow on with that. Just one other thing I just want to point out too is the little screws, which I haven't put back in there. I've only put one on the other side. These little screws that go in this panel here, up here, 1, 2, 3. Up here's another one up and behind here. That's them there. They didn't actually come with a washer on them. They really need a washer because I noticed a couple of the heads were going through the actual little metal plate that they put on there. So I've got some 3mm stainless steel washers that I'll put on there, and when I screw it back on and in place. So on to the other side now. Okay folks, I've finished all the bits and pieces. So I did the back, but they look good actually, but all checked out okay, both sides. So did all around, mainly around the front, and did around where the cables and that went down, like I mentioned. And up the top, I actually use just CRC. I used to use WD-40, but since learnt that WD-40 can affect the integrity of plastic, so switched to CRC, which has proved really well. Just spray over all the electrics around the top and then wipe off the excess, and seems to be working extremely well. Just in case you're curious, this is a light that I put on that I got from the local hardware Mitre 10 mega store. Works really well, 500 lumen. It's got a strobe and permanent light, 3 different modes on it. And one other little thing I'll mention while we're here is that the spray that you get up through those mud guards there, you know, those slots in it. What I found, I did the front and I did the rear with the reflective tape, and wow, does it make a difference. I find that it doesn't, I don't end up with a wet seat of the pants basically when I'm out and the pavement's wet from the rain. So I hope that's all been of some help. Thanks very much for watching. One last little thing here I thought I'd share with you is that I've got my helper here, which has been supervising the whole process. Been tough work, hasn't it, Harry?